You may recall this story from last week on the program. We told you about a couple that had spent some time in Boca, was headed back north on Interstate 95 to Washington, D.C. They had to swerve on the Interstate 95. That's the Badlands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's Mad Max Road Warrior territory interstate. Mm-hmm. A sofa flew off of a truck in front of them. Remember that? And landed in their travel lane.
Yep. The
woman who was driving swerved to avoid the sofa. They clipped the median, and then their Toyota Corolla rolled. Mm-hmm. And that's when they both had to be taken to the hospital. State troopers visited the couple in the hospital in Fort Lauderdale to present them with a ticket for failure to maintain lane.
Right. I'm sure they saw the troopers coming in and thought, oh, my gosh, they're so kind.
So nice.
Maybe check on us.
Maybe found your wallet or your teeth.
Yeah.
How do you spell your last name? For the ticket.
Can you sign here?
I know you don't have pants on, but
can't.
you have your license.
Neither of my hands work at the moment.
What did you say? We'll put the pen in your teeth.
Put the pen in your teeth.
Then we'll just move the clipboard up and down for you to sign it.
Yes.
So that you'll have this. Now, failure to appear will cost you more money. You've got to at least get a lawyer. Good luck to you.
Good point.
Thank you.
Well, this week, I just read early this morning, so it probably happened yesterday. The Florida Highway Patrol has announced they're recommending dismissing the $166 ticket.
Okay, all right.
Initially, now they did say last week when the story broke that in the state of Florida, they do recommend you leave 2 vehicle lengths in front of you in case something like that happens.
But at interstate speed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They do recommend that anywhere, but you're right. If a couch falls off a truck, you're going to swerve.
There are places where you simply can't do anything but either hit that or get off the road.
Well, I guess the advice is hit it. I think human nature, as we discussed when we brought it up Thursday, is to
avoid
swerve. But if you can think clearly, you probably should hit your brakes and hit the couch.
And then,
then you slam right into that.
The car wouldn't have rolled.
Yeah, the person behind you slams into you.
I'm aware. That's right. But if you do cut across lanes of traffic, I think it can be a worse wreck. I mean, there's no good choice.
You're right.
There's nothing you can really do.
No, you can't
But I
win.
think I guess the advice. I might ask the cop when you're, what should I have done? Hit that couch? He'd probably say yes. Hit it. Try
It's
not
hard
to
do. That's not human nature. That's not the way your brain works.
Goes back to Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's right. Goes right back to Titanic, Dave.
Jesus Christ.
And they should have hit the iceberg.
Yeah, they should have hit it
straight on. They should have hit it straight on.
Yeah.
If they'd hit it straight on, they'd have bobbed up and down in the water for hours until any.
They probably could have kept going.
Could have kept going. That's right.
Maybe the front end comes off.
Yeah. So big deal.
You still work with that.
You lose the front end.
It's not supposed to come off.
Right.
But
So
it did. It would.
Can't do King of the World anymore. Other than that, you can do it. You'll be there. It's fine. Yeah. Heroin Scott has a similar story. Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, I was coming home from work one day. I was completely sober, and I black out behind the wheel. I still don't know what happened to this day, really. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I end up a tree. The ambulance comes and gets me, takes me to the hospital. I'm laying there. There was no other car involved, no damage to nothing except a tree in my car. Mm-hmm. I'm laying there in the hospital bed. My mom's standing there over me, stroking my head, talking to me and stuff. Next thing I know, this piece of crap cop walks in, state trooper, of course, because they're all pricks, and writes me a ticket. And I'm like, dude, if I was laying here dead, would you write my mama the ticket?
What did he say?
He's like, I'm just doing my job. I said, well, you can take your job and stick it straight up your...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't blame you for feeling like that.
What was the charge?
I can't remember. It got threw out because I defended myself and I knew what I was doing.
Good for you. You defended yourself and you got that thrown out of court. Good for you. I mean, that's really talk about literally adding insult to injury. As we
feel like they know Heroin Scott around the courthouse, though.
Yeah.
You again?
Yeah, here he is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like
myself.
That. I like your story there, Heroin Scott. I hate that happened to you. And have you had a blackout behind the wheel since?
I've had 2. Now, the other one was coming home on third shift, though. I was extremely tired.
Right.
Okay. And I can't claim to be completely sober on that one.
Okay. Fair enough. Thanks for your story. Then who might get a ticket is Tiger Woods in that particular case. But they said they're not giving him a ticket. They said that investigation is over.
I mean, other than distracted or reckless driving, I don't know what else Tiger could be charged with.
No, it didn't hurt anybody else. But, I mean, exactly what Heroin Scott.
A lot of other people didn't either.
Right. Exactly. Nobody was hurt in that accident
with the sofa
that we started with the sofa, right?
Except the people in the Toyota. Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, they did it. But doesn't it? weren't you surprised? I was surprised when I heard Tiger was going to have it wasn't a matter of, reckless drive. They couldn't charge him, wouldn't charge him with anything. The guy came out and said, listen, accident, nothing more. Yeah. Usually, you do something like that. Was he speeding? Because we talked about it. Maybe he was speeding. I guess it's hard to prove. Did he black out?
I think it's easier to prove that kind of thing now.
You think they can prove speeding?
Oh, yeah.
I think their science has gotten so much better about car accidents.
So if he was going 90
Plus
miles...
the black box.
Let's say he was going 90 miles an hour. Let's say the black box says that. Then is he going to be charged with something?
That's reckless.
But they've said no. They have already said he's not being charged with anything. Why?
I don't know.
I don't either.
What did the black box say? We
haven't heard yet. Haven't heard. But the guy, I do recall, shortly after the wreck, he said, we're not charging him with anything.
Well,
he may have shot his mouth off.
Maybe
because he was in front of the cameras.
Yeah, maybe.
And a lot of times they'll measure the brake, where you see the brake lines in the
was no brake line.
That's just it. How do you measure it?
Yeah, they think he may have blacked out. Looks like Heroin Scott.
He blacked out. Went up a tree.
Yeah. Did they go to Tiger while his mother was stroking his hair in the hospital and say, here's your
$165 ticket.
Yeah. David, you wanted to talk about getting a ticket after a wreck. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I was on I-40 right after a huge storm, and everybody on the interstate was going probably 30 miles an hour, but I was the lead car.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a large stream of water going across the interstate, and I hit it and spun.
Mm-hmm.
Wound up being a single-car accident where I hit a tree, broke my foot, and the state trooper shows up and gives me a ticket for too fast for conditions.
Too fast, yeah.
Because it was required
yes.
for any single-car accident.
There you are.
I was like, well, thanks for putting salt on the wound, buddy.
Yeah, really. But it does seem like, when you hear all these stories of this happening, it does seem like, why is Tiger skating on this? Because most people said he was going too fast.
Maybe it's because he was near death. Or they weren't sure of his.
Yeah, so maybe later they'll come back.
Live.
And it's different in different states, and there's different. I mean, some state troopers are different than city cops.
No, they're all pricks.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
They all
no.
So I'm sorry, I'm quoting Heroin Scott.
Yeah, you better say that.
They're not all
real careful.
They're not all pricks.
Gonna make your top 50.
That's right.
I'm going to isolate that for later.
Slow that down.
Too late.
Isolate.
They're all pricks.
Let's send that out to all the departments.
That's Heroin Scott. That's Heroin Scott talking.
Yeah, send out a press release.
Enjoy your cavity search.